Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the AEW Supreme Collection 3 Rey Fenix figure from Jazwares. The Penta Supreme was an easy recommend for me, so the question is does Rey Fenix follow suit? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks great, but there is one relatively big caveat, and we're going to get to that in a second. But overall, I'm right off the bat, I love this gear for Rey. Like, I think it looks fantastic. It's probably one of my favorite gears that Rey has had. And, they nailed the gold. Again, just like with Penta, the golds are this nice kind of rich, shiny, just kind of the perfect level of gold. Not too yellow, not too, like, white. Just, like, the perfect gold. And that with the white and the black and the silver and the like little touches of red just absolutely pops. I think it just looks great on the shelf, and just a really cool looking figure overall. And sculpt is great here too. This is relatively similar to the other Rey figure. I actually do not have the original unrivaled Rey, unfortunately, but we got all the tampo tattoos, everything just in great detail, so you can absolutely read it. And nothing bleeding onto the arm wraps or anything like that, so very good there. And then we get onto the head sculpt, and head sculpt is great. This is kind of a strange expression, I think, and this is the one right out of the box, but it definitely still works. I mean, it looks like Rey, and just very nice. Again, the silver overlaid on that gold definitely looks very, very nice. Looks almost regal. Just absolutely love it. And honestly, the paint details in the face I think are excellent. They nailed the lip color and all that. Just some nice depth that we're not used to seeing from Jazwares. And I'm not saying that as a knock on them. I'm just saying, like, they've come a long way, and it's cool to see. And one thing that I'm not sure if it's coming across on screen, we're getting into gripes now, I guess, but the tones don't match, and that is between the arms and the upper torso here. Like, the upper torso is a little bit lighter than the arms. The hands seem to match more the upper torso, so that's kind of weird. And the gripe I noticed right out of the box here is the lower torso, which is painted for some reason. I don't know why they did that, because the last Rey we got, it's the same plastic as the chest, as it should be. I don't know what the deal with that is. And I mean, I'm definitely seeing it through my phone a little bit more definitively, but it's jarring even in person. And it just kind of throws things off here. I don't know why. So what I'm honestly going to do is locate another copy of the last unmatched Rey that we got, and I'm going to switch out this lower torso, because otherwise it looks fantastic, and just that kind of throws off, and I'm really worried about kind of paint nicks and stuff like that, kind of like that. So yeah, a good looking figure overall, but definitely some things to consider. Crazy amount of accessories, just like we got with Penta. In fact, I think we actually have more hands here, so let's get into those first. And right out of the box, we get him in the Animo hand gesture. So we get an open left hand and then a posed right hand. As you can see, the three fingers extended here, and that's going to come in a second. And I know he does that hand gesture in various ways. So coming down, we get a left hand in that three finger gesture. See if I can zoom in there. There we go. So there's that. And then we get a right hand with more of kind of a finger guns sort of look to it. Fantastic sculpt all around. Really like that sculpt. And you even got the hand tape as well. So very well done there. Then we get a couple of fists with the wraps on the left hand. And then finally a pair of gripping hands, or C-grips. Again, with the hand tape done looks beautifully all around. The only hand that does not have hand tape for some reason is the right fist, which is our kind of standard AEW fist. So that's an interesting choice, especially with all the effort that went in elsewhere. So then we get head sculpts, and right out of the box, as I said, we get kind of the more kind of resting face there. So excellent paint all around, but kind of a weird facial expression. But then we get the yelling head, and this is sculpted exceptionally well. Looks great all around, just really well done. Fantastic paint as well. And then finally we get the smiling head. So really good stuff just all around here. Just really well done. Paint is equally well done on all of those. That moves us into ring gear. and we get that entrance headgear, and it is glorious. Just all those feathers, really nice paint here. I like the kind of dark touches here on the brown feathers, and really stands out. And then the symbol in the middle with the skull just looks great. Good shade of gray. As you can see, details all the way around, all the way to the back. Even back here, we get the secondary skull here on the back. And see if I can get that to focus. Just really well done. So yeah, fantastic head piece. And then we get into the jacket, just like we saw with Penta. So Lucha Brothers on the front. We get Rey Fenix with the Animo triangle on the back. Very nice. Same arms we got with Penta. So, you know, kind of puffy, kind of cloth look, and then the cuffs here with the red and the white. And finally, we get the AEW tag titles. Again, love the way these look, and just perfect balance of shininess and detail. So yeah, that's accessories. Articulation balance here, I dare say, might be better than Penta, and as you can see, can hold the freestanding kick beautifully. Again, took no time, just like it did with Penta, so you know, absolutely no complaints. Love it. And you might see a little more extra twist in the torso, and that's what we're going to get to in a second. So for the head sculpt, we are on a ball hinge. Can look up all the way. Again, even better range than Penta. Look down all the way. We don't really get any tilt though, so that's kind of where it's a little bit different. Then we get some head swivel. We do have those butterflies again, and again, some really good range. Not quite as good as Penta. A little more restricted, but still definitely moves, and that is very much welcome. For our arms, we're getting straight up into that Y pose, and then we get bicep swivel, double jointed elbows folding completely in half, perfect. Then we get hinge and swivel at the wrists. We get a ball at the diaphragm, ball at the waist, and real nice crunch here. Like both of them work. That waist one especially giving us some really nice crunch forward, some insane tilt back, and even some side to side. So that's really the difference here, is that waist piece is giving us a ton of room. Again, I'm probably going to replace that, but I think that'll give me the same amount of room as well, just because the sculpt is similar. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, just very, very nice there. Then we come to the hips. We are pretty much full splits, absolutely beautiful. Our front kick comes out to 90, pardon me. And then we get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, bring us to there. We get boot swivel, perfect point. Not really anything on the forward, unfortunately. That's probably one of the few marks against it. We get some very, very nice rocker, and then a toe pivot. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here is with a couple other Reys from both Jazwares and Boss Fight Studios, with some other AEW figures, with some other wrestling lines, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the AEW Supreme 3 Rey Fenix figure from Jazwares is that this is a great figure. Honestly, there's a lot that this does right, and again, I'm definitely partial to this ring gear. I think this is just a great look for Rey Fenix in general, and yeah, I think they really nailed a lot of things here. My only major gripe, my one sticking point, I guess, is definitely those abs, and the fact that the lower torso is molded out of black plastic and then painted over seems really strange to me. Obviously there was a reason they did it, otherwise it wouldn't happen. But you know, I'm definitely going to locate a version of that last unmatched Rey and then do the lower torso swap, because even though the skin tones don't match, I still feel better with that being kind of a set plastic as opposed to a painted over plastic. But other than that, articulation here, accessories, just everything's really, really good. So I highly recommend this if you are a fan of Rey Fenix, the Lucha Brothers, etc. And as of right now, the best place to pick this up is ringside.com, ringsidecollectibles.com, and because it's in stock as I speak. But beyond that, again, Jeremy from Jazwares said that a bunch of waves from AEW are going to start hitting shelves in retail, so Target and Walmart, around September. So definitely something worth keeping an eye out. So if you're looking to find this in the wild, wait until then. If you need it right now, hit up Ringside. And all that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. And ultimately, I just hope to see you back here because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, of course, and more. So coming back, let's talk some more toys, let's have some more fun, let's escape the world for a while. But ultimately, I just hope that you are well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.